So, why most consulting firms fail at AI? A lot of businesses these days are trying to implement AI into their business, into their systems, into their operations, and just to make their teams and their team members' tasks and stuff easier. But what eventually happens is they just fail at it, or they don't get the results they initially expected, or oftentimes the operations or tasks they actually used AI for that just goes rogue, right? So that's what I'm going to discuss for today's video, like what are the major mistakes that especially consulting firms make, because I'm just on this series about how consulting firms specifically can benefit from AI. So how specifically for consulting firms, how do they fail at AI, or why actually do they fail at AI? What mistakes do they make along the way? What false expectations they might set, and whatever, right? So that's basically going to be this whole idea for today's video. And without any further ado, I'll just like to um, start with whatever information I have here. So the first one, the first mistake, or let's say the first reason why consulting firms fail at AI is tool hoarding. What is it? Like, what exactly is this topic about? I'm gonna Let's just talk about it. So, in the name of using AI, just collecting tools like some game cards, like some Pokemon cards, right? Using AI for your business isn't like any relevant tool that is available out in the market that uh, anyhow, helps with your business or helps with your tasks, which isn't specifically tied up to the operations or stuff you have at your desk or in your to-do list. That is what tool hoarding is, right? So, for example, you might use ChatGPT, Copilot, Notion AI, or Gemini, Claude, all of these AI tools, or some any random SaaS you might have seen on LinkedIn, somebody selling it, and this is just called subscribing to AI. So it isn't actually benefiting AI, or it isn't actually bringing AI into your business and then leveraging it, uh, to make tasks easier, to increase productivity, to increase work efficiency. It's basically just subscribing to AI. So this isn't what we call an AI strategy. This is just a productivity illusion. Okay. So this is pretty specific here, that productivity illusion. Okay. You might think that this is increasing your productivity somehow. This is helping you with your work somehow, but that isn't usually the reality. Like, it might help you, but you most probably are just not getting the full potential help or leveraging of AI, which is potentially possible. So AI doesn't benefit you if you just use it sometimes. It's literally meant to replace your busy manual work. It isn't like you have to manually give your tasks to AI or ask AI to help you with any of your tasks. It's like in a very professional space, such as a consulting firm, when you work inside it, you actually have to integrate AI into your task or into your working in such a way that it just does your tasks, which you might have just once told them to do, and they just now keep doing it so that you no more have to handle that headache of completing those specific tasks, right? So simply put, if AI disappears tomorrow and nothing in your delivery breaks, you were never using it in the first place. So it's going to be basically like you were just using these AI tools, these small AI tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, Notion, and if like AI just disappears tomorrow, nothing will break, nothing about how you work or how your work gets done, how your tasks get done, how your operations get done, nothing about it would be changed. Okay. So if that is the situation, you can just, analyze it in your head. If that's the situation, then simply you are not leveraging AI at all. And whatever you're doing with AI, it isn't what we call AI integration or AI leveraging. Okay. So now, second topic, which is no ownership. What is it? What does it mean? So, okay, to make it simple, I'll just have a quick question for you, which is who owns AI in your consulting firm? Now, is it your employees themselves? If that's the case, then you've simply lost in the first place, because it's a very simple reason to it that the employees you have inside your consulting firm, they are either analysts, they are consultants, they are managers, or they are partners, right? Now, how possibly could they specialize in AI, or how possibly could they have even a decent amount of knowledge about the potential of AI or what AI can do for them? That's literally the work of someone who is into AI, someone like me, right? Not bragging, but somebody who does this stuff or every single day, and who has explored a lot of fields, and basically who has the expertise into AI, right? So if you figured no one actually owns it and everyone's just personally using it, then Again, you're not using AI. This is a sign that you're not leveraging even 20% of the potential that AI holds. Not even 20% of the potential AI can help you, with which AI can help you in your business, okay? So AI without ownership just turns into no standards, no processes, no accountability, no ROI, because no one is now responsible for what gets automated, what stays manual, what tools are proved, and what workflows change. If you have never implemented AI for your business, or if you've never, even heard of how AI gets implemented into any business, these words like automated or which tools specifically are approved or what workflows change, you might not completely understand it, but if you do, then it's just good. And firms that leverage AI assign ownership so that they can actually be benefited from AI. Okay, it isn't just about just getting AI to do some of your very minor course, right? It's about actually getting AI to do a lot of your busy manual work, which is pretty repetitive, which you have to do almost every single time in a project or every single day, which just gets repeated. Okay, simply. And which doesn't require any external or any specific amount of consciousness or intelligence or creativity or let's say skill set, right? So it's just like you once just need to learn how to do that specific task and you just now do it subconsciously, okay? There isn't any conscious efforts being put into it. So those kind of tasks which are completely subconscious, this is what AI does for you, and this is how much of the work AI can actually replace for you. Now, the third one, which is they never replace the work. So, the thing is, the term that I just said, that what work AI actually replaces. So, I'll tell you what I mean by that. So, businesses often buy AI like it's a gym membership. You know, whenever you are very new to going to a gym, you just have these tons of expectations like you will lose weight in just 1 month, you will lose like 8 to 9 kgs in a single month, or you'll gain 10 to 20 pounds of muscle in just a matter of few months. Like, all these unrealistic expectations just because you have the motivation to do it and just because you've just realized that that this thing is pretty interesting and that analogy or that mindset, right? But the thing is that when you expect these results from day one, they often look something like instant productivity. Like as soon as you will implement AI into your business, it'll just skyrocket your productivity starting from the very next day, right? Or there's going to be zero learning curve for you. Like how do you actually get AI to um, get your tasks completed or even help you in any sort of way in your work, or no process changes, like any operations, any process you do inside your business, none of them changes, or they're going to be same workflows and they're just going to be faster. Okay, so these are some completely unrealistic expectations, and I should tell you that when you actually implement or leverage AI for your business, none of these 4 points actually happens. You're not going to get instant productivity. There's not going to be zero learning curve for you or your employees. uh, a decent number of changes will be needed to get made into these processes that you have inside your firm, and the workflows that you already have in place, or the specific way you perform each action or each operation, it's gonna change a bit, okay? So unfortunately, this isn't how it works, and real AI adoption looks something like fewer steps. Like let's say there's this whole workflow that you go through when performing any operation or when going through any process inside your firm. So there's going to be fewer steps to it that you will have to perform manually. There's going to be fewer handoffs. There are going to be fewer approvals, and there's going to be less human involvement because a decent part of those operations, those processes, or those steps inside a process will be done by AI. Okay, so that's why there's going to be less of the human involvement, less manual work, which is the tagline of AI, right? Now, treating AI as a side project. I just remembered of a very crucial point, like the time when I was preparing these resources. So when I was preparing this tab, I just remembered of until you understand the purpose of AI in your business or firm, you cannot leverage it successfully. So it basically depends on the way you think about it. It basically depends on what do you expect of it. So if it's like so it basically just comes down to the to your understanding of AI. If you think AI just means you're gonna replace employees or you're gonna just eliminate a lot of work and it'll just simply get done by AI, like you wouldn't have to think of those work that have of those tasks that have been replaced ever again. You won't have to think about it ever again, and if you if that's the kind of mindset that you have according in relevance to AI, then it's gonna be pretty difficult for you to face the true reality or face the true AI potential that you're going to come through. Okay. So, with regards to this point, you'd only treat AI as a side project if you consider AI to be a project, right? As the title says, which is treating AI as a side project, which is one of the mistakes that consulting firms often make when they fail at AI, or what makes them fail at AI. So, you would only consider AI as a side project when you consider that AI is just another project. Whereas AI is actually something that's gonna take a deep dive into your internal operations and the way you perform these operations or perform these processes inside your firm. So instead, using AI for your business is an operating system decision or change. So operating system, the way you operate inside your consulting firm, that's going to change or that's going to get modified. Okay. It's not like this external thing, which is not going to impact any other things inside your firm or any other way you do these things, you perform these tasks or functions. It's like you're just making a change in the internal operating system of your consulting firm. The way you do these tasks, the way you complete the work, the way you perform processes, the way you perform these operations. So all of that stuff. And the firms actually using and benefiting from AI, they didn't buy better tools or they didn't hire prompt engineers or they didn't just run more AI workshops. They actually redesigned how the work flows. How the work flows, if I just tell you in very simple words what it is. So the way you perform, again, I just keep repeating this phrase again and again and again in this video, but the way you perform these operations inside your consulting firm, a lot about it is going to change. There's going to be some changes made to it, and it's going to get redesigned, basically. In very simple words, they didn't run AI alongside their firm. AI went inside their firm. As I said in this point, that AI is going to be something that's going to take a deep dive into your internal operating system and the way you perform tasks and operations. Okay. So, like, that was the video. That was what I wanted to tell you through the video. And these were the 4 points or the 4 reasons why usually consulting firms often fail at AI. Like, not just for the consulting firm, but often about how businesses or why do generally just businesses fail at AI and what mistakes they make, what mindset mistakes they make, or whatever false expectations they might have already have in their minds from day one, which often lead to them not leveraging with AI as much as they possibly could, right? So yeah, that's the whole video. I hope I was really articulate throughout the whole video, and I hope you really liked all the information that I just gave you. Now, if you're someone who's looking forward to get AI for your business, or basically just discover ideas how AI can come into your business and just leverage a lot of things, how AI can handle your operations, how AI can increase your work efficiency, reduce your workload, reduce your tasks, reduce your team members' tasks and workload, and basically just how can AI benefit your business, then I'll be mentioning a link in the video's description. You can just check the link out. We can just schedule a quick conversation together, and we can discuss ideas on how can AI come into your business, where can AI be actually implemented, and what tasks, what operations can AI make easier for you. Okay. So that's the whole thing. That's just what I had for the video, and I hope you really liked it. I'll just see you in the next one, and that's it. Okay, bye.